Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Barbarian Prophecies. They have a new album called Horizon, which was released on August 16th via quite a few different record labels to get everybody in there for all the different production things. We've got Bass Records, Hectacomb Records, Iron Matron Records. Quite the production level there. Right now I'm being joined by Arnt to share some more information about this stellar release and some things that the band has got going on. So Arnt, welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to be here.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, I guess my first question is Horizon, as a record, as an album, what were you guys looking to create with this album?
What do we want to create?
Yes.
Well, it's just a collection of our current ideas. It's like every time we make an album, well, we have the ideas coming up, writing songs, and when we think, oh, now we have 10 quite good ones, then we record it, and we have the luck that we have a studio next to our rehearsal room, so we don't need a journey. This makes it easy. So, and what did we want to create it? Yes, there was no special purpose at first. We had much time to compose and to put in details because of the pandemic. We didn't have concerts. Now we still haven't. And so we concentrated in composing, in putting up details, new details. We experimented a lot with keyboards, and so we took the time to work on it, and this what came out. We never start writing an album with a purpose. Now we want to write a very aggressive album or an experimental album. No, we just wait for the ideas, and when they come, they come. Okay. Sometimes they don't come, but this time they came.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like the pandemic helped a little bit in writing the album. You said you guys were experimenting with some keyboards.
Yes. We started with the album before, with Origin, but this came afterwards when our drummer left, and we couldn't find a new one that quickly. We started to put some keyboards on that old songs to have some intros, some outros, some samples, and a drum track recorded in the background. Well, we made a little tour with this, and then our current drummer came in, and we kept the keyboards. And now, yes, we have everything. Live, we cannot play them, but they come recorded. They are just fill-ins.
Okay.
Samples.
Would you guys do backing tracks live to keep the keyboards?
Yes, we use the recorded track. The drummer has them on his headphones as well. He counts in, and then it has to work.
It does.
Sometimes we have to switch them off if there's a breakdown or the drummer loses a stick, and we have to. Well. This up till now never happened, but this can happen. Mm-hmm. Then we have to switch them off. Yeah. But if everything works well, the samples should come to the right time. Well, with the outro, we are more flexible. If it comes a few seconds later or earlier, well, may happen. Mm-hmm. But yes, if it goes really bad, we have to switch them off.
Yeah.
But, well, we trained this. We trained this in the rehearsal room, listening to the backing tracks and playing with them. It works quite well.
Yeah. Who composed the keyboards? Did you guys do it yourselves?
Yes. In this case, it was my job. I have here, my computer MIDI keyboard set. So I composed the lines because I'm not a pianist. I composed the lines. And then I import some sounds, experimenting with some sounds, looking for the right ones, or recovering the harmonies. Well, that's the way.
Yeah,
it's my work at home.
Did you compose them by guitar then? Like, did you play some guitar lines and then think, well, that might sound good on keyboard, or how did you do that?
Sometimes, yes. The keyboard normally doesn't play lead lines. The keyboard plays more chords and things like this. So I look at the harmonies coming up. I analyze them a bit. And, well, see, I'm reproducing the harmonies or adding some. Look at the line, at the melodies, and looking if there are some Möglichkeiten, some possibilities, harmonic possibilities. It's like in Baroque times, the general bass, the continue, the chords they set below the arrangement of strings or something. Always drawing a picture of the harmony.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you dropped Baroque music as well, was Baroque something that was an inspiration specifically for the arrangement of the keys?
Due to my studies, I studied classical guitar. I'm a bit in Baroque harmonies. So I'm always working based on the harmonies, looking for cadences, to do.
Can you pluralize cadence, or is cadence already just plural as it is? That's a good question. I'm going to look up the
cadence is maybe if you have a song in A minor, you add the dominant E and you add the subdominant D. So you're running around this from A to D, D, E, E, A. Then you have a cadence. It came from falling down, and it refers to the circle of fifths. Well, this is a lot of musician stuff. But this is the way how music is composed. Normally in rock or in jazz, 1-4-5 arrangements. 1 is the tonal center. If the song is in A is the tonal center. It's the 1. The 4 is D. A, B, C, D. The fourth grade, and E comes next. Is the 5th. Those tonal centers are very common, and it's very easy to switch into them. So they are used. They are used many times. They are the basis of most rock or pop music or whatever exists. Because if you listen to songs, you will hear most times the same cadences, the same progressions, because there are just a few which work well. And, we sometimes try to break out, to make modulations. And, this is my personal thing. This is one thing which fascinates me, and I'm working a lot with. And I think death metal allows.
Okay, that's an interesting thought. Why does death metal allow that?
Yes, why? This is a really good question. Because on the first side, death metal seems very extreme, repetitive, the repeating itself, and everything sounds equal. But if you try to bring in some uncommon tonalities, uncommon harmonies, it works very well. Because death metal works out with chromatism. Chromatism is if you move in halftones. You will find this a lot if you listen, for example, to Cannibal Corpse or things like this. And it works very well. The only problem is the sound. If it's heavily distorted, you have to be careful not to play chords with all the 6 strings, or because this sounds snowy. But, you have 2 guitars, you have a bass. Why not to try a counterpoint? A counterpoint are melodies put together, another note, which work well. And so you can mix a lot of styles. And this works really well in death metal, especially. It's strange, but it's like this. I think you could do it theoretically. You could do it with other styles, but in death metal, it really works very well. It's it allows to bring in also lots of styles, different styles. There are death metal bands with jazz influences like Pestilence or Meshuggah. There are with classical influences. I'm referring now to Opeth or the thrash thing. In thrash, you find in the guitar solos lots of different influences. And there you see that it works really well. You learn from the old hard rock legions like Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Deep Purple. They integrated classical influences very early. And so you can pick this up a bit, and bring it to a bit darker, down-tuned mood, aggressive. But it works well. It works well. The only thing which is a problem for me is integrating blues. Blues and death metal. It fascinates me. We have a song on the new album called The Sign. This is my song where I try to bring in some blues or rock, stoner rock influences and integrate this in the sound, in the concept. This was difficult. With blues rock, it's difficult. I listen a lot to Annihilator, for example. They're from Canada, like you. Mm-hmm. And he does it very well, and this fascinates me. But this is difficult. With classical or neoclassic or jazz or other influences of world music or the gypsy scales, and which you can work with, this is much easier.
Okay. I mean, I can think of a lot of metal bands that use the blues scale. Metallica would be one. Pantera would be another.
In solos, yes. In solos, you use them a lot. The pentatonic scales, very popular. I refer to the riffing.
Yeah. Enter Sandman is an E minor blues, and Cowboys from Hell is an E minor blues. Or I think, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it's more the rhythm. The rhythm.
Like swing feel?
The rhythm. This swing rhythm. That's why I'm referred to Annihilator. They did it in some recordings, some songs quite well, and this was what we tried in The Sign. But for me, composing it, bring it into death metal, it's not so easy, because every style has a special character which you can reproduce very well in death metal. But with blues and blues rock, I don't know. It's more difficult. Enter Sandman, I don't think about blues when I listen to this song, because the scale, it works with the tritone, but a typical blues riff, traditional blues riff. No, it's not a traditional blues riff, and this swinging rhythm combined with double bass to make it, for me it's fascinating. It's a thing I like very much, but I fail to do it very well now with classical harmonies, and it's far more easy.
Yeah,
to bring them in.
Lyrically, what are these tracks on the album about? Is there a theme that connects the lyrics together?
Yes, it's like in all our albums, we think a lot about mankind. Where do we come from? Where are we going to? Sense of life. Philosophers. In this album, we have a song called Übermensch that refers to Friedrich Nietzsche and his concept of what man can do, and that there's no God above. It's man at the top, mankind. Well, we think about this and we wonder why, where do we come from, as well as psychology, distortions you suffer, depressions, especially now with the pandemic, which psychological situations may occur with it. But as well, with philosophies and horizon, the word says, looking far away, try to get Gesamtheit. My daughter's helping me with the vocabulary. Well, an overview of all the universe, life, feelings, how it works together. Well, stuff like this. And yeah, the songs are about this.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, those who are currently listening in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, wherever it is that you're listening, you're watching on YouTube, you can see our beautiful faces, or on the website, therockmetalpodcast.ca. You'll be able to check out the band's website, barbarianprophecies.com. Also as well, from there you should be able to link to the band socials, Bandcamp, Facebook, all that jazz, or metal, death metal. And then also as well, there's a lyric video for Among Us, and an audio for, how do you guys say it? Psy?
We say psi.
Psi, okay.
Psi. In Spanish, like in German, the I pronounced E.
Right.
Like an E in English.
Right. Very cool. Okay. So if you want to check out the lyrics for Among Us, so the lyric video will be available in today's show notes. Yes. Among Us, lyrically, what is this track about?
Oh. Now I had to speak with our singer. She knows it very well. I think it's about creation. It's about those who might have created us, created mankind, if they are still there, if they're watching us. Yeah, if they watching, controlling us, and if they may be verfolgen, persecute.
No, following.
Following us. Mm-hmm. I think it's about this, as far as I understood.
Okay.
The lyrics. I don't write the lyrics, with one exception, the sign.
Yeah.
So I just know the direction, the general direction.
Okay.
But I think it's about this, and the lyric video shall illustrate this a bit. But we didn't concipate this. It's a guy from the Philippines, who did this for us.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we chatted about experimenting with keyboards. We chatted about cadences and developing them in death metal, as well as death metal song structure. The track Among Us has a lyric video. We chatted about the album Horizon as a whole. Today's show notes will have the band's website, as well as the link to the lyric video. And that concludes all of my questions, Arnt. So thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great pleasure. And I hope you enjoy our music and enjoy music in general, especially in these times now, which are very difficult for musicians and for the culture in general with the pandemic. But well, upcoming Saturday, we have our first concert with just 50 people, which may come in. Much more are not allowed due to the situation. But well, we're a bit nervous how this would be. Mm-hmm. But well, it was a great pleasure, and yeah, keep it up and keep enjoying music.